Hey guys, what's going on? Adam here with Indie Farm Life. Got another pond update for you today. This is day 8, so I had a couple days of not really getting over here and videoing much. I think I last left you guys on day 5. Oh, and Chris is here too, by the way. He's right there. But just over here tonight checking out what Mike got done, and Chris is over here this afternoon helping him for a little bit. I do have a little bit of bad news though. That right there is not the D4. The D4 is actually out of commission right now. D4 is sitting over here waiting to be serviced. So I've been running the last few days and the lift cylinder started to stick a little bit and just finally seized up. So got someone to come out and look at it here the next couple of days. But in the meantime, Mike brought his Dozer out, so we'll check that out too. I believe it's a Deere, as is pretty much everything he owns. But let's take a look at how the pond's shaping up. I think Chris is about ready to go swimming down there. So yeah, I apologize for not getting days 6 and 7 videoed. Day 6 was actually that Monday that Chris was off, and he and Mike changed up their route a little bit. Instead of making the full loop across the back of the land, and cut the turn time down from 9 minutes to about 6 at one point. Ended up doing, I believe, 55 loads in 7 hours. So you do the math, it's close to 7 minutes a turn. Pretty decent for an amateur.
How deep that is right there.
This? That's just a little splish splash hole. Over there we got our minnows stocked already. Are your minnows in there? Have you swam in that yet?
Yeah.
I hope you fall in.
Oh.
Is it warm?
Yeah.
Let's walk down here and take a look at Mike's hole. I knew that'd get Chris to giggle.
Looks dirty.
From afar, it looked blue.
There's some dirt in my boot.
Chris actually got to run this today. He was more efficient than Mike, actually.
Yep.
Loaded trucking about a third of the time.
Well, amazing how smooth it is.
That is serious. So where we're standing is probably already, what would you say, 5 or 6?
5,
yeah,
maybe?
5 foot. About 5 foot down. And then that plummets another 15. I think it's probably close to 60. So here we are down here in the cut. Had the wagon down here earlier. It's funny, when Chris and I run the tractor and the wagon, we kind of grandma it. But then you watch Mike do it, and he's like, oh, I'm going to get this done or I'm going to break this thing, one of the two. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, it just gets it done. I guess when you have a brand new $180,000 tractor, that's what it does.
Look how clean his equipment is.
It does rock.
Well, since we're here, not really running equipment tonight, just kind of, you know, being a foreman, if you will. May as well walk up here and check out this equipment, make sure it's still in good working order. I'm tired. It's a long walk. So you've all seen this junker.
Well piled.
But look at this little junker he brought too. He's just bringing all his junk up here. Like, does he have anything that's not nice? 650K XLT. Just like the D4. So before we walk out to the north end of the property, I want to just zoom in here and recap. There's some of the equipment we have here on the farm. Real nice old backhoe.
No hydraulic leaks at all.
No hydraulic leaks. That Dozer, well, it's down for the count. Found out too that Dozer is an 86. And then you got Mike's stuff.
Sounds like rare parts.
That pile, that pile. I mean, you get, yeah. There's no money in farming. Did you know that? Hold on. Chris just said, he just made a comment about that Deere tractor having a $900 seat. Let me remind him that he spent $700 to buy one for his 4105, which is the same seat that the 4052R has.
Comfort's important, okay? certain
And I did spend $100 on the one for the backhoe.
certain features are worth having, all right?
If I start getting winded, it's because I'm up here at high altitude now. I don't know if the camera's going to do it justice. It's getting a little, sun's starting to go down, a little dark. But we'll at least jump over the side here. So that's probably 10, 12 feet down. And it climbs another 6 to 7 down there. The ultimate plan is to make this thing basically probably double the height it is now. Get up above some of these trees. You know, sip on your coffee out here as Mike brings his beans in, corn in.
Man, or else like you weren't gonna make it up anyway.
Oh, we're just laughing about how Mike drives his tractor like a bat out of hell. So the long-term goal is to have a tapered, call it a runway, that will go up, and all of this is going to be dirt. It's going to climb about, I think, 600 feet or so. This is headed back to the pond. You can see some of the equipment there. There's the Chris. Got my topsoil pile over there.
What are you gonna do with all that?
That excavator fell in that hole there. What, the topsoil?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Rode it around the pond.
Yeah, my house, sell it to Nick. Trying to figure out Mike's plan of attack on this. He dug that massive hole over there, and then we don't know if that's the depth he's going to try to carry throughout or what his goal is. We thought maybe it was going to be a hole to collect a lot of the water that's been sitting around, but I don't know. So time will tell. Appreciate you guys stopping by and checking out this pond update video. Sorry there's no equipment being run in this video, but there'll be plenty more of that. Just want to get you guys an update on where things stand. I just see Chris over there trying to break into the excavator. I think he's in love with that thing. See you guys next time. Take care.